Hey everyone, this is Aries coming with you with a review. Can you believe it? The Walking Dead premiere. Season 6, Episode 1, First Time Again. Okay, first let me summarize it. Basically, in this video, it's a whole lot of like flashbacks, and then going back into present time. Um, the reason why you can tell the difference between the flashbacks and present, the flashbacks are basically in black and white. Present time is basically in color. Basically, this episode is, Rick and the gang come upon this housing community with a wall built around it. And, they haven't really been touched by, the walkers, really, basically. And they, except for, a walker here and there, but other than that, they haven't been touched by a whole lot, like a herd of them, I would say. So, and then within this community, the person who coordinated on building this wall because of what was going on in the world, he ended up getting murdered by one of the community dwellers, and which ended up getting killed by Rick. So, okay, enough of that. That's background. So let's get into this episode. Basically, what happened in this episode is Rick and y'all remember that dude he met in the first season in his hometown. They were out burying the murderer. And Rick hears this sound of like a whole, just hears a sound. So they walk to where the sound is coming from, and it's a quarry with a whole bunch of walkers in it. I mean, like, it's like thousands or hundreds of thousands, whatever it is. It's just a whole bunch of walkers in a quarry. And since these walkers make a lot of sound, other walkers, fall into this quarry, which is blocked off by semi trucks. But on one of the roads, it looks like it's going to give away, and one of the semi trucks is going to fall, and which would send these walkers to the community which everyone is living with the wall built around it. So it's basically Rick's idea to basically have a parade of walkers and to lure them away from the community. Because that if that semi truck if the semi truck on which the road is on falls because of the road caving, then they would be heading straight towards the community. But if they move the semi trucks at the other end and lure and lead this big herd of walkers out and away, then it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. So, like I said, it's basically a whole bunch of present time and flashbacks in black and white. So, I mean, they come up with this plan, but the people in the town really don't know how to take care of themselves because they really didn't have to. So they don't know how to handle the walkers. But Rick and his crew know what to do. They know how to handle them. And basically they're trying to train this community how to handle themselves. So that if they have to survive, then they know how to take them out and get it and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this community is a whole bunch of nice houses. Basically, it was like a new a new a new cul-de-sac community, and it's surrounded by a big wall. Um, so like I said, Rick came up with the plan to basically lead this herd away from the community. With them doing that, they had to build some other walls in certain places so that the herd would not go towards the community, because like I said, they're leading them away. That's why I call it a walker parade, because if you saw all these walkers, you'd be like, oh my gosh. Okay, let me get back on subject with this review. So so in the beginning of the series, we see Rick in the gang and a couple of people from the community at the entrance in which they want the walkers to come out of. So they move one of the semi trucks and basically lead them out of that entrance, because walkers is basically they're on their primal instinct. They don't think. They're basically primal. So if they hear a sound, they're going to go towards that sound. Yeah, basically if they hear a sound, they're going to go towards that sound. Or if they see food, which is us, they're going to go towards it. So you basically luring them through this one exit to get them away from the community. So within this episode, you're going to see, just how naive the community is, but I would say I'm gonna call it the boss lady. I forgot her name. I just watched this episode. Forgot her name. I think it's Dawn or something like that. The boss lady is basically on Rick's side. She wants the community to learn so they can survive this new world that is happening. They were living, but they weren't surviving. You get what I'm saying? Because they didn't have the threat of the walkers, really. So they were living, not having to survive. So when you don't have that, basically that key ingredient like everybody else in Rick's gang has, because Rick's gang had to survive. They had to scrape. They had to, I wouldn't say pillage, not really pillage. They had to, go out and get things that they didn't have to survive this new world. Okay. So, everything is basically going to plan. We see a couple of scenes where they have to get the noise down, because especially in one scene where a whole bunch of walkers are locked up in I'll say a hardware store, so they have to kill those walkers, or they would distract the parade of walkers that they're trying to lead away from the community. So we have that scene. I see that the dude that played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton is now part of the Walking Dead scene. That's what's up. But everything is, like I said, going to plan. The stragglers, they handle them. It's like, because they are going on a street through a forest area. So the stragglers, we have Rick and his gang and some of the community within the forest killing the stragglers that leave the herd. Making sure. Also, in one of the scenes, one of the people from the community that was plotting against Rick, to take the community back, basically, I think because he was scared and he thought that following Rick and them was going to get them killed. But really, Rick is trying to help them learn survival, something that they have not learned. He's trying to teach them that. And this guy, he's not really feeling it. So, Rick put him in his place, and but he ended up dying anyway because he was helping them with the Walker Parade and ended up getting attacked by one of the walkers that was stuck in the forest. basically was a walker in the forest and reached out for him, grabbed him, and bit him in the cheek. Big old gump of cheek just gone. Um, and just screaming, screaming, screaming as the walker parade is walking by. So some of the walkers started walking towards the screaming, and Rick did what he had to do because he was going to turn anyway since he got bit. So Rick, what's the word? Put him down. Put him down. So Rick made him lay down. And so the other people had to make sounds, so the walkers would come back come back into the parade. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing scenes, of people. We had some sentimental scenes, and between some of the characters. Basically town meeting. We have a town meeting scene. It's basically, if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna tell you like I told you in my other review. You go watch it. That's all I'm gonna say. If you have not seen it, go watch it because I'm basically getting off of work. Like I said, I work graveyard, and I got on my good internet and went on Xfinity.com and watched it. And I liked it so much that I had to make a review for it. Especially, this is season 6, episode 1. This is the premiere episode. You gotta go watch this. So I mean, this review is not gonna be long because I basically told you what's going on. But other than that, go watch it because there's probably some things that I've missed. Because, like I said, I just watched it. But you go watch it. Other than that, the plan is going, as planned. But near the end, something happens. And all the walkers are diverted out of the parade and into the forest towards the community. So the next episode is going to be it. And best believe I'm going to watch it. Because other than that, I am a fan of The Walking Dead. I watched a couple of seasons. I fell off a while back. But now I think I'm jumping back on with this season 6. I know I probably missed a lot. And it ain't nothing for me to go on Netflix to binge watch the previous season, which I probably will do to catch up. But other than that, go catch this. Season 6, episode 1, first time again, The Walking Dead. All right, that's all I got to say. Like I said, my name's Aries. Like, subscribe, share, email me. Aries Mars. That's my name. Once again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share. All right. Y'all have a lovely day.